Hey, today I've got a couple of V3 lists for you, and yeah, and one of them has a long email, so there's a couple of questions for that list, which I'll sort of try and give a response to. The first one here is Italians, and it's from Caspar. There we go. Let me just get that up for you. Right. So this is what he's thinking for V3. So a rifle platoon first, which you need that, of course. Two extra men for your platoon commander, regulars. Okay, that becomes a little more expensive, but does mean you have an extra unit of infantry. And I think with the Case Blue rules, if they sort of carry over into V3, you're able to model them as Alpinis and then get the special rules for Alpinis, which is nice. And then 7-man Alpinis with an LMG and an SMG. Caspar, you know I hate that, but I think it's cool. And I think, by the way, that this unit just got a lot better in V3. It's got the staying power, 7 men, it's got the range, and it's even got the SMG to take care of problems up close. I think perhaps that we're going to see a version where this could actually work. Version 2 didn't really work, but version 3, yeah. Montesavini Alpinis, those are the upgraded Alpinis. They've got Mountaineer, I think, so they can move through terrain. And you got 7 men here with SMG. Nice, that's a good push unit as well, though the other units can sort of stay back and you know, give a little backline coverage with the LMGs, but these units can push up. A sniper, yep. Veteran, do I think you need veteran snipers in V3? And no, I don't think you need them, but they are more survivable, which is nice. I think survivability is going to be a problem for most units in V3. Light mortar vet, also very nice, does mean it's more survivable. And then a heavy weapons platoon, yeah. Another platoon commander, double platoon, helpers for him, again regular, and then 2 medium machine guns, regular, nice. I like my medium machine guns already in this version. 2 medium mortars, regular with a spotter. Remember that the spotters are interchangeable, so you don't even need to keep track of which spotter belongs to which mortar anymore. You can just shoot from whatever the spotters can see. 2 anti-tank rifles. Yes, I would definitely take anti-tank rifles also in version 3 for my Italians, simply because I'm betting on the Case Blue rules of being able to re-roll 2+ penetrations. I think they'll carry over. 3rd anti-tank rifle. Nice, that's a lot of anti-tank power. And with that reroll, you're going to be able to stop most things, or at least pin them out. Like 3 pins on a tank, that tank is not moving. And then an artillery platoon with a company commander. So that is a 4+, 12-inch range, 4 snap 2s. That's a lot of snap 2. And then light howitzers with gun shield. Spotters for all of them. Oh my god, you've got so many spotters in this list. You're definitely going to win the forward deployment game. That will happen. And at the same time, no enemy sniper is going to be able to kill all 5 spotters in a game. That just doesn't happen. Like, mathematically, it's impossible. So, or, well, highly unlikely anyway. So you are going to be able to spot. You are going to be able to shoot indirectly every single turn with all of those mortars, all of those howitzers. Mule team, mule team, mule team, just to beef it out. 21 order dice, 12 45 points, so just 5 points shy somewhere. Nice. Very, very nice. It's a nice order dice count as well. And I think that's what you're going to see, at least if 1250 becomes the new tournament meta, that's where we're setting the points. I think we're going to see order dice counts of 20 and above. Very, very nice list, and it has a lot of what I know that Caspar loved about his historical Italians from version 2, and it takes it into version 3, where it suddenly becomes really, really good and more competitive. So Kaspar, I'm thinking that you maybe should, I know you quit tournament play, but I think you should take this to a tournament. It's really good. I think it really is. So yeah, so that was the first one. Second one here is from Rob. And he wrote a bunch of stuff, which I'll just go over some of it. So he's playing around with his Americans, and he writes firstly, the first one, I've debated seriously over the forward artillery observer. Oh, sorry, the forward air observer. I do like that he acts as a spotter now. Yeah, that is really powerful. And with the changes to rookie pilot, the table feels less risky. It is a lot less risky. It's a lot better, actually. It's a lot better. A rookie pilot only means that your enemy gets to pick a unit that's within 12 of the original target. And if you take something into back lines, he's not going to be able to pick you. So he has to pick one of his own units that the pilot shoots at. So the rookie pilot is no longer a detriment. It's really good. Still a bit of a tough sell because I could have another 7-man units with BAR. Yeah, and that's what you're going to have to figure out. I would play around with it. Because with the American Air Observer, you can shoot twice. I feel like there's something there that might be good. At 75 points, it's really cheap. But yeah, a 7-man squad is, of course, but they do very, very different jobs. And 7 regulars now in version 3 are going to die very easily. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. I am also in doubt myself. I am looking more at the British artillery observer, of course, because I play Brits mostly. But he now has the same role where you can shoot twice. Is that worth it for 75 points? I feel like maybe it is. But I'm going to have a lot of test games for that, and I would suggest you do so too, Rob. Next he writes, I'm not totally in love with the American vehicle pool. No, I agree. I've never been in love with the American vehicle pool. Like, when they were running Darker Stewards, yeah, of course the Darker Stewards were good. And then there was the 105, the Sherman 105, which had a howitzer on it, which was good as well. The Chaffee has always been like an okay, because it's a tank hunter, so in a tank-rich environment, it's pretty good. But that's basically it. The rest of the vehicles are not anything you should go for. The Chaffee here, I think, is going to be the main vehicle for Americans going into V3. The 105 possibly became a less useful because of the changes to howitzers, but like, test it out, see what you like. But the Chaffee's still good. It has that +1 to hit because it has an AT gun if it has a fire order. So that's always nice. And it has recce if anything like threatening shoots at it. So I think that could be a thing to run. I also know a lot of people are looking at gun carriages like HMGs on their stuff. So maybe that's something to look at. My version 2 thinking tells me that I need jeeps for bazookas. You really don't. Not anymore. You really don't. Bazookas are now mostly hitting on 5s. Unless you buy them inexperienced. I don't think you can even do that as American. So you're hitting on 5s. That's pretty good. And it's 24-inch ranges, and you can buy 3. You can cover all the table in bazooka threat range. And that definitely will close down most tank assaults at you. So I would just buy 3 bazookas, keep them behind line of sight blocking cover, just sit them there, make sure your opponent knows that they're there, and just every turn have your bazookas go, I'll wait and see if your tanks do anything. And if he does, well, now it's time for bazooka. Poof. Right. That's how I would go, and that would most likely keep him at range, out of the 24-inch range, where he's not very effective. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, here comes the list. So, Americans. Platoon commander, regular, 2 extra men, or no, it's a 2-man team. 2-man team, regular. Okay, Yeah, a lot of people are looking at buying extra men for their platoon commanders. Maybe I should look into that as well. Rangers, I'm seeing a lot of people looking at Rangers, and it really depends on what missions we're going to see, whether or not Rangers are worth it. Because 7 veterans, you buy a single BAR and it's 90 points, right? Which is good. Don't get me wrong. 7 veterans at 90 points. It's a skirmish unit. It's pretty good, and it has that move before the game starts, which also is nice to bring you into position where you need to go. A sniper, the forward air observer, that's 7 order dice for that platoon. The second platoon is a heavy weapon platoon. I'm seeing a lot of these, aren't I? So platoon commander, inexperienced, this one, 21 points, very cheap. 2 regular MG teams, 50 points. Yep. Go get yourself some regular MMGs, boys. That's what I'm seeing here. 2 mortar teams, medium with spotter, 1 spotter because they can share. And 2 bazookas. I would even consider maybe getting myself a 3rd bazooka if you have the points at 1 point. So that's another 7 order dice. So that's 14 order dice. And then an armor platoon with a Chaffee and a Sherman. Just testing out stuff here. Yeah. 16 order dice though at 1250 is for me a little low. As I said when we were talking about Kaspar's Italians, I think we're going to see above 18. Let's say that above 18 as being the new order dice meta, but that all depends on your local meta, right? And I do know that in version 2, at least in the US, order dice counts were down compared to the European order dice counts. So your mileage may vary, right? But that's a really nice platoon, isn't it? You've got your AT, you've got your Chaffee and your 2 bazookas. You've got a Sherman for that extra HE shot. You've got 2 mortar teams, nice HE. You've got a lot of range firepower in the MMGs and the BARs, and that can all move. And then at the same time, you're leveraging the American Air Force. I like it. I would definitely try out this list if I was playing Americans. Right. That was it for today. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.